makeover. Makeover, Frank Levin.
Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. How do I look? Woo! I actually wore these clothes to teach my university English class in March. After that, I went to lunch with some of the teachers, including Jason, who's a really good-looking, well-dressed guy. Jason said, "Frank, what's going on? You look like you're homeless." I just thought he was kidding, so I just laughed. But a few days later, my boss called me into his office and said, "Frank, dude, I saw you walking into school the other day. You look like some kind of mountain man." "Frank, dude, you're a professor. I expect you to look professorial." The next day at lunch, I asked Jason for help, and he agreed to become my fashion coach. First thing we talked about were the principles of fashion. He said, "Frank, it's not just about clothes. You have to feel good about yourself. You have to take care of yourself. Get a nice apartment. Keep it clean. Don't always wear a hat. Do something with your hair. Don't always wear a backpack. Watch where you sit. Watch what you pick up. Shoes are so important. And look in the mirror sometimes. And Frank, check your zipper." Next, we talk about the different styles, like the blazer, cool t-shirt, and snazzy sneaker style. And then the really luxurious leather and elegant pants and the flashy button-down shirt style. And then we went shopping to Myeongdong. I didn't know that we were going to go to a really expensive store. I didn't know that I was going to become a Zara man. But for the next 2 hours, it was great. I was surrounded by sales girls. They were fluttering around, and they were pulling on this, and they were tugging on that, making adjustments. They were handing me different styles and cuts and fashion in the dressing room. And I felt a little bit like Julia Roberts in the movie Pretty Woman. Except Julia Roberts, well, she was a prostitute in Los Angeles, but I was an English teacher in Korea. So maybe not so different after all. But then, finally I was different. Ta-da, the new me! A couple days later, I saw Jason on the street. He said, "Frank, what's going on?" "Not much." "Well, Frank, what happened?" "What do you mean?" "Frank, you have to wear the clothes. You can't just keep them in your closet." So that night, I put on my best Zara clothes. I went down to Hongdae, and I was walking around. Man, I felt terrible. I was afraid somebody was going to ruin my pants. Incoming threat, 11 o'clock, man smoking cigarette. Detour, detour, danger, danger. Drunken students eating waffle. Move out of the way. But then I settled down a little bit, and I started seeing the different styles. Oh yeah, there's the sneaker look, and there's the flashy shirt look. And you know what? I started feeling like everybody had the same few styles, and I felt invisible. I knew I had to brainstorm some places where I could wear my new clothes. I couldn't wear them at work because I used chalk and I'd get them dirty in 5 seconds. I'm like that character in Charlie Brown at a track store. I couldn't wear them as a jazz street musician. That would look stupid. A well-dressed street musician. And I didn't want to just wear them walking around because I felt uncomfortable and invisible. I needed somewhere really special. And then it hit me. Toastmasters, perfect place. Next meeting, I wore my new Zara clothes. And I walked in. As soon as someone saw me, Frank, what happened to you? I felt so embarrassed. Like, you know, when you get a haircut and they say, ah, you got a haircut. Then I just said, I'm giving a speech today. Oh, okay, they accepted. Yes, the new me. And then I went to the jazz jam session, when anyone can get up on stage. And I got up there with my new Zara clothes, and I was playing jazz, and I was looking out at the audience. You know, I wasn't the best jazz musician that day, but I was the best dressed jazz musician that day. And I looked out and I saw some women out in the audience, and they were looking up at me with the Jason look. Wow, and some of them even said, so that I could kind of hear, oh, she's so young. Yes, the new me. And then I thought, but who is this new me? And is it real? And what happened to the old me? This ego that we carry around, it's so important, yet it's so changeable. Is it really real? It can't be. It's really small me. It's like changing different outfits. And then I thought about some of the different small me's that I have in my life, like student, professor, American, Waygook, son, brother, homeless looking guy, and